Most people think that once heroes save the world, the story is over. The enemy is defeated, the celebrations begin, everyone goes home. And somehow life magically works itself out. But that's not what happened to Vox Machina. A full year has passed since their last great adventure, and instead of growing closer, the legendary heroes have drifted apart. The group that once stood together against impossible odds is now scattered across the realm, each person chasing a different purpose. Some are trying to build a normal life. Some are trying to repair old relationships. And some are simply trying to discover who they really are when there isn't a monster to fight. For the first time in a long time, the world feels peaceful. The battles are over. The kingdoms are stable. And the future finally looks bright. But peace has a strange way of making people restless, especially adventurers. Meanwhile, far away from the heroes who once saved the realm, another story is beginning. And it starts with a man named Taryon Darrington. Now Taryon isn't your typical hero. He's wealthy, he's famous, he's an inventor, he's a best-selling author. And according to Taryon himself, he might be one of the greatest minds in all of Exandria. Every moment of his life is carefully documented by his loyal assistant, Doty, who follows him everywhere recording his achievements. At least, that's how Taryon sees it. As he begins another grand entry into his personal records, he talks about a group of mercenaries he recently encountered. A tall, brooding one, a short, angry one, and far too many pointy ears. The description isn't exactly flattering. But despite their flaws, he believes they have potential. The kind of potential that could turn ordinary adventurers into legends. The truth is that Taryon desperately wants to be part of something bigger than himself. He wants adventure. He wants recognition. And most importantly, he wants a story worth telling. What he doesn't realize is that destiny is already moving pieces across the board. Because while people are busy chasing personal dreams, something far darker is beginning to awaken. At first, nobody notices. There are only whispers, rumors carried from distant lands, stories that sound too strange to be true. The kind of stories people laugh about before quickly changing the subject. But the signs keep appearing. Strange events, unexplained disturbances, ancient secrets refusing to stay buried. It's as if the world itself is trying to warn everyone that something is coming. Something old, something powerful, something that has been waiting patiently in the shadows. Back among the former members of Vox Machina, life continues to move forward. Yet beneath the surface, there is a feeling that none of them can quite escape. A feeling that their journey isn't finished. No matter how hard they try to settle into normal life, adventure keeps finding ways to pull them back. Old memories refuse to fade. Old friendships refuse to disappear. And old responsibilities refuse to die. The heroes may be separated, but the bond they forged through countless battles still exists. Even if they don't fully realize it. As the episode unfolds, the contrast becomes clear. On one side are heroes trying to move on from their past. On the other side is a growing darkness preparing for its future. And somewhere between those two forces stands fate itself, waiting for the perfect moment to bring everyone back together. The most interesting thing about this chapter isn't a giant battle or a dramatic confrontation. It's the feeling that something is changing, like the calm before a storm, like the final quiet moments before destiny comes knocking at the door. The world believes the danger has passed. The heroes believe their greatest adventures are behind them. And Taryon Darrington believes he's about to start writing the story that will make him famous forever. But all of them are wrong. Because beyond the mountains, beyond the kingdoms, and beyond the lives they have built for themselves, an ancient evil is beginning to stir. A threat powerful enough to shake the entire realm. A threat that will force old allies to reunite. A threat that will test every sacrifice they have ever made. And when that moment arrives, the heroes who once walked away from adventure will have no choice but to answer its call once again. Because the story of Vox Machina isn't ending. In many ways, it is only beginning.